Anyway, we go to this bowling thing, and we have 2 games, great time. My daughter's up there. She's dancing every time she gets a strike. She's in her own little world. My other daughter's smiling because she got her first strike. She's like, I got a strike finally. And I'm like, that's wonderful, sweetie. You're just beating me by 30 points. So we get to the end of the game, and, Body's like, I'm done bowling here. And the kids immediately go look at those flashing lights in the back of the bowling alley. Parents in here know what I'm talking about. Where you sit there and you put the coins in, and the coins over and over, and over and over and over. So they say, Daddy, can we play some video games? And I said, you got to go talk to your mommy about that because I don't have any money. So they go and they talk to their mom. And I see Mommy whip out. She whipped out a 20. She did whip out a 20. And immediately I go back to my childhood and I'm like, my mom and dad didn't love me that much. So she whips out a $20 bill, and I'm like, surely she's going to go ask for change. Surely she's not going to put that whole Jackson in that token machine. Nah, she fed Jackson right in there. And then Jackson, spits out all these worthless little, trinkets. And I'm like, oh, well, I better take some of those, because if I got to be here this long, I'm going to do something. I'm going to go beat my wife in air hockey 7-4. Who was keeping score, though. I got a picture. I'll post it after the service. So immediately they take these tokens and, they go and they immediately gravitate towards this machine. And I don't know if you've seen these machines before, but they have these machines in arcades where they fill them with 50-cent items from China. And then you put 50 cents in, and then it's got this claw. You guys know what I'm talking about in here? And it's got this claw, Glory. And this claw, then you press the button, and then it goes down, and it comes back up with nothing out. But it usually moves something around enough to where you think you're going to get something. So they proceeded to do that for $19.50. There's a problem, though, with this. You say, Eric, what's the problem with this? The problem was that they ran out of money. And there was this rainbow bear. It was a very special bear. It was a rainbow bear that my youngest really wanted. And they had moved it to a point where the thing was to where you're looking at it and you're like, I could get that. I could get. They're like, Daddy, just one more dollar. So I'm like, oh, this is how it starts. They get you here. Next thing you know, I'm like, the first hit was free. It was my wife's money, and now it's mine. So I'm like, all right, we will do one more dollar. I will see if I can get this for you. But if we don't get it, we're leaving, and you're both going to have a good attitude over it. And they were like, sure, Daddy, we can do that. So I go over there, and I with my master skills of doing this for many years and losing hundreds of dollars, and I hit that button, and it comes down, and it picks it up, and it drops it. And I'm like, oh. So I'm like, all right, one more chance. And I go, and I get it, and it picks it up, and it moves it. I'm like, yes. Drops it right on the line, and then falls back in. And I could see the joy in my children's faces. They were like, oh, yes! Yes, you did it, Daddy, you did it. And I'm like, oh. And then the reality of the situation set in. It's kind of like the Lightning have been doing to me last night. The Lightning are like a bad girlfriend to me, all right? Like when it's going well, I feel so good. But then they go crazy. And they do stupid stuff, and I'm like, I got to break up with them, I know it, but whatever. And I'm seeing this happen, and I see the look on their face, and the look in their face, I can see them going through the grief cycle. And at first, they're sad. They're like, oh, no. And then the sadness turns to anger. And my oldest one's like, I can't believe this place. I'm going to go talk to the boss of this place right now. I'm going to tell him how unfair this is, that it picked it up twice and it didn't hold on to it. And my youngest one's like, So here I am now as a father, and believe me, I'm going somewhere with this. I'm sitting here as a father now, after I just shelled out all this money playing bowling, which I hate, to lose to my 12-year-old and my 9-year-old so that we can have family time together. I'm sorry, 9 and 6. I'm trying to make myself sound better. I lose to my 9 and 6-year-old. And then my wife hands them to Jackson to go spend more money in this arcade machine. And now they're at a point where they're whining. And I stopped for a second. I didn't blow up on them. I stopped for a second because the Lord started speaking to me. And he said, this is exactly what my children are like. And I heard that, and it pierced me because I'm one of his children.